Make sure we're good to go. Get ready. Here we go.
All right. I see his live stream on Facebook.
And we are live, 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 live. Hello, 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 everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Happy Friday again. Awesome. I am super excited about. I say this all the time, but I know I'm super excited about this interview as well because I just really think the world of this guy. So hey everybody, if you haven't met this gentleman, you can just tell this guy is just a good guy, good dude to be connected with, to be if you're doing some business with him, if you're a client, you guys already know this. But guys, I want to introduce this gentleman to the rest of our community. This is Mr. Troy Holt. Troy, how are you today?
I am well. I can't complain in spite of everything that's going on. I think, the pandemic have helped a lot of us to just slow down and get a little rest,
Oh yeah,
so
we were
so I'm
just
grateful. Yeah.
yeah, we are just talking a little bit about this. So let me make sure we frame this right and let you guys know who actually is here. Uh, First of all, the biggest thing, this is why I like this guy. He's been married to the same woman for 28 years.
Yes.
And that's a big thing for me. As you know, been still married to my beautiful bride. We celebrated 25 years. I think that says a lot about a man and
Thank
a
you.
woman and a
Yeah.
woman, especially the woman in my case.
Right. Don't get us in trouble, Jimmy.
And so that's a big thing for me. But guys, he's the CEO of Troy Holt Consulting, and operates in financial services, marketing leadership. He's co-authored a book called Business Leaders Success. He's got a podcast show as well, and just a great guy. And so I'm super excited to have him on here. Troy and I do, you guys probably figure that he's one of our top members and uses our services. But most importantly, once again, just an incredible guy to be on here. So Troy, thanks for jumping on with us again.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
We appreciate it. So Troy, you got a lot of experience. Let's call it what it
Yeah.
is, both financial services and being an entrepreneur. Tell everybody, a little bit about yourself and maybe some of your passions. Let the community know a little bit more about you.
Sure. A little bit about myself. I'm originally from Nashville, Tennessee. I live in Pensacola, Florida. I got here via Navy. Did one tour here. Got out. I got out because I got married. For one, I got saved, committed myself to the Lord. Wanted to assist in the ministry here. I've been at the same church for 30 years with the same pastor. So just wanted to, to make a difference, to support. And I believe in being a servant. I believe in a servant mentality. I believe in leaders should be servants. And so I've been in sales now for about 20 years, working in areas of financial services, helping people to protect their family, also retirement planning, but also I have a passion for leadership, real leaders, and also marketing. I mean, I'm big on relationship marketing, not just selling a person, but building a relationship with a person. And my philosophy is I have a goal of mine. When I leave off the scene and people come to my funeral, I want them to say, Troy, I always try to make an impact. That's what I want my legacy to be, that I always tried to make an impact. And so as a when I was younger, I was chasing success. I know I'm older than I look, but now I'm chasing significance. I want to be what I do. I want to make it significant. Success is great. I'm not knocking anybody's success, but now significance, and that is what's important, what's valuable, what's we can do to help somebody to make an impact.
Oh, Troy, you're getting me excited, man. You're giving me goosebumps. Actually, I was just so a couple of things. My word for the year is impact.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
I like that. But
Yeah.
here's what just really stood out about Troy to me. He keeps talking about significance, and dude, that means a lot to me. You're not, and once again, another gentleman not just chasing the dollar, but really wants to
Right.
impact people. And I love that,
Yeah.
and I appreciate you for having that principle in your life and your philosophy, because we need more. Here's what we need: we need more leaders like you, more successful businessmen and women to have those kind of principles, because then more people would would go on their own and become entrepreneurs like us, right? And
Right.
so I appreciate that, buddy. That's big. Living a life of significance is
Yeah.
so important.
Yeah.
You can help a lot of people if you just do it right, right? And
Correct.
you can tell the ones that's why I asked you on here, because we are
Right.
selective who we ask, because I've been following you for a while, and of course, know he's a friend. So that's awesome. So,
Yes.
so Troy, you've been around for a while.
Mhm.
Are there any great lessons you want to share with the community that could help save them some stress or headache or even money in the future?
Yeah. I mean, I would say this: embrace failure.
Mm.
I have a PhD in failure. So it's one of the greatest learning tools. I told you I co-author a book. My next book, it's the subject is going to be failure. So I can tell people, about failure. But the thing about failure, it's not final. You can't let it hinder you or stop you. You have to keep going. And that's one of the biggest things that I've learned. We all have failures. Things come our way, and we just overcome the next hurdle. And so my whole life have been overcoming hurdles. Another thing that I've learned is always put people first. Especially if you're a leader, put people first, put people over profits. Some people put profits first, but I'm always under persuasion, put people, because they're your greatest asset. People are. If you treat people right, and you have the reputation, people always support you and back you because they know that you have the integrity, and you're gonna take care of them. So I see, so many people. I'd rather lose a sale if it's going to destroy a relationship, or if I'm gonna do somebody some damage or harm or hurt them. I'd rather lose the sale that I may keep that relationship intact. And that's how important it is. It's relationships. That's one of the biggest things. Is relationships. And if we build relationships first, man, the new currency now is relationships.
Ooh, ooh, that's good. Yeah, that's really good. That's so true, Troy. Just I'm writing notes here, man, because you're giving me some nuggets, of course, and I'm gonna have
Good.
to have you speak in front of more of our groups here. Is that people are your greatest assets. I
Yeah.
just love that. That's just so true, and this whole relationships.
Yeah.
It's all about relationships. That's awesome, and that's why you do what you do. That's why
Yeah.
you're such a success in the industry that you're in. So Troy, if you're on this show, that means you're one of our members. You're doing
Mhm.
using TripValet incentives to grow your business and
Yeah.
influence things like that. Share with everybody maybe a couple practical tips how you're using it for your enterprises, your businesses. Let everybody know how possibly it could be a fit for them as well.
Wow. The AAA. Um, there's a saying said. There's an old saying said, "Givers gain."
Mhm.
And someone else said, "Lead with generosity." And so the Trip Ballet, if you lead with generosity and you known as a giver, people feel more comfortable because takers will drain a person,
Yeah.
but givers give. And so it's an opportunity that you can give something, and it opens up a door for relationships. I mean, there's so many ways that you could use it. I use one of the strategies I use, is people that have birthdays, and I reach out to them on Facebook and ask, hey, happy birthday. May I get your email address? A couple of strategies that I use with the birthdays, but may I get your email address and want to send you a vacation. And I'm giving. I'm not asking for anything. I'm not trying to sell them anything. So I'm just giving. Then there's fish bowls. A person can use a fish bowl, a giveaway for fit. You have a fish bowl. There's just so many ways to have contests. I've done the King Sumo contest. I've ran a contest on Instagram giveaway. I will tell you, when you do something on Instagram, make sure you put the disclaimers. I've still had people say that I didn't give them all the information, but make sure the disclaimer, that it's lodging only, and also that they're responsible for taxes and fees. But if you do that up front, and be transparent, people see that, but I still have people transparent up front and still want to argue that point. And so, so you may have that, because I think just people just want to upset because they failed not to take responsibility of not reading the whole instructions themselves, but it's a great tool. It's a great tool. Incentive marketing, Jimmy, as you have taught, most businesses do some type of incentive marketing. People give away Starbucks cards. There's just all kind of incentive marketing. Our area just happened to be travel vouchers, travel certificates, and so it's been a blessing to me to be able to have access to this and use it, just to open the doors for those relationships.
Yeah. Troy, you're doing so. Notice that you're using a lot of it on the front end. Talk are you doing anything also for like customer retention for your businesses as well?
A little, but not too much. I usually more on the front end.
Okay.
Also, I use another one. I use is send out cards. So I'm using I'm using a new system now that has basically it sends a link to the person. The challenge is when you send links, people a lot of time think it's spam because people are always sending you something. But I have a system that I use that basically it tells them. So I send a link out, and I have a video with me singing a little happy birthday to them, and then I tell them, hey, pick up city and click one of the cities on the list that you want to go, and put your email address and also your mailing address. So 2 things. So the mailing address, I'm gonna send them a birthday card, and then with the email address, I can send them the certificate, and it's all in one. But like I said, the problem, I got to figure out how to make it more where people know it's me and it's not spam, so they'll click on the link.
Gotcha. Awesome. Well, I'm sure you'll figure it out. You're
yes.
Sure. Well, that's awesome. So I love that how we're able to help you grow your business, yes. And hope you continue to use it and share with others. And the big thing is like you said, it matches with your, some of your principles in life about relationships. Correct. And correct. This whole thing about generosity, everybody, don't forget about that. I mean, It is, especially right now, it is a great way to just remind people, right, that when this is over, this too shall pass. Right. I mean, there's going to be such a flurry of people that will be traveling, and
they're going to want to get out and go somewhere.
Oh boy, they are. They're going to be. It's going to be crazy. Our So we're going to make it through it, right? Do well, and then it's going to really do well. Yeah. And so it's just so we appreciate you being on here. So, well, listen, Troy, we've got all different types of people watching this in our community, from entrepreneurs, small business owners, of course, insurance professionals, realtors. Yep. How can they get a hold of you if they want to connect with you?
They can get a hold of me on Facebook at Troy Holt. That's my name, or LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn also, Troy Holt. They can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Twitter and Instagram, my handle is Troy_Talks, Troy Talks. And my email, they can send me an email at troyholtconsultantllc@gmail.com. Also, I have a podcast. My podcast is titled Troy Talks. So they can connect with me through my podcast. And I am looking for guests on the podcast, and, people in the different industries. Doesn't necessarily have to be financial services or travel, anything, just want to help other people to get their word out to their audience, and have these guests on. So that's how they can get in touch with me and reach out to me. And I'm open to talk to people, any advice, or even if somebody just needs somebody to a sounding board, needs somebody to listen to, I'm open.
There you go. It's that servant heart. That's awesome. Well, Troy, thank you so much for being on here again. Appreciate it. And keep up the great work, serving others, and just being that light for so many. So we appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Jimmy. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, listen, make sure you catch up, follow us, continue to just be amazing, and catch the rest of these interviews that we're doing. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks, everybody.
Good night.